Responded to a blaze in Pine Garden, St. Michael this morning. Reports so far indicate that one home has been affected in what is a closely knit community. The fire broke out since 3:30 this morning. 9 fire officers under the command of Divisional Officer Errol Gaskin with 3 tenders responded. Police are questioning a person of interest in connection with a probe where 5 missing teenage girls were found in a house in the city. Missing bulletins were issued for these girls on Saturday morning. Police PRO, Acting Assistant Superintendent David Welch, says 1 teen is still missing.
Police, in their efforts to locate 6 missing girls, 5 of these girls were found at a residence in St. Michael. One of these girls, Makiba Redman, is still missing. These missing girls are all students of the Granny Adams Memorial Secondary School.
A retired social worker says some parents are finding it difficult to manage their children. And according to Leroy Gibbs of Parents Education for Development in Barbados, or PARADOS, they're turning to that organization for assistance. Mr. Gibbs says the parents are moving to further develop their skills so as to better communicate with their children. He was speaking to the media on the sidelines of a parenting seminar organized by St. Michael West Central MP James Paul at the Lady Queen of the Universal Catholic Church. The retired social worker is telling Barbadians parenting goes beyond the traditional family concept.
Parenting is not a one-person thing now. It's not even 2 parents. It's a community now. And we have to get together, put people together, and try to at least train, give our experience, our knowledge, and help those in need to parent.
And Mr. Paul acknowledged that many parents are young, noting that the seminar came about out of concern about the parenting relationship that exists today.
See what problems are being experienced and how we can help people to cope with their children in terms of the issues that they will face in this type of environment, and how they relate to even how they can assist children in relating to their peers, because that is another thing which we have to recognize, that we cannot experience, think that children will not have friends, and the friends will have influences. How do we relate to that? How do we understand some of the things that we are seeing among young people? Parents have that type of responsibility, because the challenging world that we face today.
They said the Lawrence Tige Primary School is closed for yet another day today. This as the Ministry of Education continues to investigate an environmental issue at the primary school. Officials of the Barbados Union of Teachers say the problem is affecting students and teachers, with some falling ill. The BUT says the problem persists on the Clark block at the school, which consists of 10 classrooms. On Friday, teachers continued classes on the outside due to the ongoing environmental problem. Teachers across the island are being encouraged to use art to inspire and educate their students. This as Ellerton Primary hosted a photography exhibition displaying some of the images captured after a 10-week photography course. The 10 students participating in the course produced around 5,000 images over that time. Principal of the Ellerton Primary, Donna Allman, says the course allows students a different way of exploring and understanding the world around them.
To open the eyes of our students to a different reality and another way of learning. Over the next 3 years, successive students, having been exposed to the basic principles of photography, embrace the opportunity to view life from a new angle, a new lens, and a different perspective.
MP for St. George South, Dwight Sutherland, told students photography is also a career option.
I want the young ones to know we all can't be doctors and lawyers and engineers, but photography makes money also, and it is indeed a wholesome field that you can get into.
And Senator Dr. Esther Beyer commended Ellerton Primary for the hard work of both teachers and students leading up to the exhibition. She says she would like to see more groups following in their footsteps.
Don't wait on the government to come into every nook and cranny to do something. We can't do it. We don't have the money. We don't have the resources. But every community, we're encouraging them through the schools or churches or whatever to do something to say this is what we are about.
Scores of Girl Guides and volunteers from across the island gathered at the Barbados Girls Guides Pax Hill headquarters over the weekend for early World Thinking Day celebrations. The rally featured several activities, including singing, which also allowed some of the young ones to showcase their talents. February 22nd is designated as World Thinking Day, on which Girl Guides worldwide celebrate the birthdays of founders of the movement, Lord Baden-Powell and Lady Baden-Powell. In delivering the World Thinking Day address, Chief Commissioner Nadia Skeet says the Girl Guides continues to be very relevant in today's society.
From the relief response mobilized in the immediate aftermath of the Nepal earthquake to the sustained and coordinated efforts in place to support refugees displaced from their homes, to our joint delegation to COP21, lobbying global leaders to take action now in relation to climate change, the contribution and impact of Girl Scouts and Guides all over the world has been significant.
The Barbados Water Authority is working to ensure a constant water supply to all parts of the country. Acting General Manager Dr. John Mwanza says the BWA is doing so by addressing the water problems facing Barbados. He told a town hall meeting that the island's mains date back to the 1800s and have to be replaced. He notes, however, that with limited financing, they cannot be replaced all at once.
And even if we had the financing in one sweep, it would be impossible to replace them all one time because most of our water mains are in the road. Nobody would get to work. The traffic would be disrupted that badly. So you need to bear with us. What we are doing is a phased program to address these problems.
Dr. Mwanza says the water consumption patterns of Barbadians have increased from the days of the standpipe. He says when water was supplied through them, Barbadians only used an average of about 10 gallons. He wants to see consumers being more efficient in their water usage. Well, some of the new discoveries in ophthalmology will help to increase the frequency, early detection of eye complications, which commonly affect diabetes in the future. News of this from consultant oculoplastic surgeon at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital, Dr. Kim Jabod Singh. She was speaking to CBC on the sidelines of the 6th Ophthalmology Subspecialty Conference held from February 18th to 20th at the Accra Beach Hotel. She says this is critical as these diabetic complications also affect other parts of the body.
One of the newest innovations that was presented here by one of our doctors from Canada is something called an OCT angiogram, which basically allows us to look at the blood vessels in the back of the eye in a way that we used to have to use an injection with a dye and then see the back of the eye. And now there's a new technology where we can just take a picture in 3 seconds and see and get the same information.
Time for a break now, but when we come back, regional and international news. Stay with us.